And now back to Real Estate Today with Jackie Malhotra.
Welcome back to Real Estate Today. Now we're going to show you some slides and talk about winterizing a vacant home, which may be a listing, maybe a vacation home. But you know, up here in the foothills, we experience pretty cold temperatures in the winter, and you definitely don't want any emergencies, broken pipes or anything. So let's go through the slides, and I will talk about how we can try and prevent these things from happening. As you'll see here, there's been a very serious water leak at this house. Before winter, it would be really smart to contact a plumber just to go over your plumbing and make sure that they don't see any major issues, and also they can recommend ways to prevent this type of thing from happening. Obviously, this was pretty severe, but you know, pipes do bust, and especially in a vacant home or a vacation home that you only visit, you know, periodically, even a small leak can become very severe if it goes unnoticed and untreated. So you definitely want to be in touch with the condition of your plumbing and take any preventative matters in order to avoid that. Cleaning your gutters. You obviously want to be careful. Sometimes it may be smarter to hire someone to do this. But cleaning your gutters and downspouts, it reduces the risk of ice forming inside them. You know, also it could prevent the buildup of water in an area where it doesn't have proper drainage if it's spilling over and it's not able to handle that. So you definitely don't want that water spilling over and sitting against your home or going into the foundation or under your home. So that would be another smart thing to do every season. Another recommendation would be to close the damper on the fireplace. That definitely, leaving that open, it will be drafty. It can let rodents in. Birds can make nests trying to get out of the weather. They can access the attics possibly, and so you really want to pay attention to that and make sure that you're closing up the home for winter. We're going to move on to storing your firewood. You don't want to store the firewood against your home. Again, if the firewood gets wet, it's going to be moisture sitting against your home all winter or during the listing until the wood is removed. Also, again, rodents can make homes in there as their shelter, and you definitely don't want that against your home. So that would be a wise idea to either remove the firewood from a vacant home or store it in a dry area that is not sitting against your home. Another precaution you should take is disconnecting any propane tanks. You can call the gas company and have them turn off the gas or come out and you know, either natural gas or come out and prepare the propane tank for either winter or just because the home is vacant in any season. You definitely want to take care of that and keep up with that. It would be awful to have any kind of leak and nobody be around to detect that. So you definitely want to keep a close eye on anything like that, gases and such. Electricity. Another good idea would be to buy timers, especially if a house is vacant. You don't necessarily want it to be noticed that it's always vacant. You know, people do watch routines and know when you're not there, but it's a great idea to buy timers to set your lights to where they automatically turn on in the evenings, and they'll be noticed as if someone is moving about the house on a daily basis. And that would definitely be a better idea than leaving the lights on all the time to where they're just on also at night. Outside motion detectors or timers for outdoor lights is also a great idea. And just to keep the outdoors lit up while the house is vacant, you definitely, you know, probably would deter people from sneaking around the outside when it's lit up really bright out there. So another great idea with that is to make sure that the smoke detectors in the home are working, especially if you have the electricity completely turned off. So you'll want to make sure that you pay attention to that. You wouldn't want the home, or if anyone is visiting the home, to be caught in a fire and not know that there's smoke somewhere. Schedule someone. If you're not able to on the listing, you definitely want it to be available for people to come tour the home, and you want it to be safe conditions. So it would be great to hire somebody to plow the driveway if you're not able to. Try and keep it as dry and clear as possible during the winter months. Avoid people slipping, possibly falling, going in and out of the home, accessing it on tour, but also when a driveway is paved, it does appear that someone would be going in and out on a regular basis. So another way to deter people from noticing that it is vacant at the time. Disconnecting or draining outdoor hoses is a great idea. You know, as water freezes and expands, even though it's just the hose, but being connected to a faucet can certainly create some issues for the plumbing. You don't want that outside faucet to be left on. You definitely would want to turn it off at the faucet and clear any hoses of water. If they have nozzles on them, you definitely would want to release the pressure and let as much water out as possible, or just disconnect the hose completely for the winter months. Just a little tidbit of information. While it may not create a huge issue, it could. So take that precaution there. As we know, most homes up here, because we are surrounded by the beauty of the foothills, have branches and trees and growth around them, and that's definitely what is appealing to people who live up here. But you want to be sure that you are maintaining trees and growth around your home properly for winter. It could, you know, definitely a branch could fall on your home, and especially if it's vacant, you don't want it to fall and let the weather in and create more problems if it goes unnoticed. You'll want to get that taken care of right away. So preventing that from happening, call someone that is a professional in trimming trees so it is a safe event, and get that prepared for winter. So that's just about 9 ideas to get you winterized. If you have a vacant listing or vacant home, vacation home, it's just a really great idea. It's much better to prevent these things than deal with them on the other side after it's already happened. So we are going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a minute.